unconscious. He's not thinking. We think he's dead. And so he's like, oh, well, I can't help you right now because I'm guiding somebody, so I can't help. And they're like, okay, whatever. So they ride off. He keeps on riding down. And he sees the guy who's unconscious and his other friend. The guy who was unconscious was on the back of the sled. He was on the other guy who's driving was on the sled. So the guy made it out alive. But that's why you want to be vigilant, just to look out for those rocks, right? Let's pray. Dear Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for us. Just give me the words to say. Just help me to just do well. Help people to get something from this message. Just help everybody to get something from all the other messages. Just help them to do well. And just thank you for everything you do for us. Okay, so I'll read 1 Peter 5. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour. So it's saying that you always need to be watching, guarding, observing, and tending to what's happening, right? So you always want to be watching, looking around, looking very closely, right? So going to my first point. Be vigilant of pitfalls. My first point verse will be 1 Peter 5:8. Be vigilant, or be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil as a roaring lion walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Basically, it's saying to always be watching, guarding, observing, and tending. It's like when David was not vigilant, and he didn't go to war, and he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he got caught in bad stuff. So you want to be vigilant for those pitfalls and always be in the right place at the right time. Always be watching for those pitfalls and stuff, right? Basically, always be paying attention to what's going on around you. And also, do not be in places where bad things are happening, because that's where the devil wants us. And we want to listen to God, because he is all-knowing, all-powerful. He's the best thing in the world. So just do it. My second point, stay away from the edge. Flip to Proverbs 14:12. Okay, I'll read it. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end therefore are the ways of death. Basically, it's saying after we think is right is not. What we think and we think is right and what we want to do, it's not right. You need to listen to God and not what we think is right. So I'll give you another story. Once my dad was guiding, and I was the sweep, he was in the front, so I was following all the people, and you could just see this one guy, he was getting too comfortable, and he just was messing around too much, and he wanted to kind of get on his own path. So he was following the trail, and he was just leaning a little bit towards the edge, and just got too close, fell right into that ditch. We helped him out a lot. You want to stay away from the ditch and not follow your own path towards the edge. So don't follow the path that you think is right, follow God's path, which ties perfectly into my third one. Follow God. Look to Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, to which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on a high above all nations of the earth. So it's saying to be listening and waiting for God leading, listening and waiting for God's leading to go on the right path. So just always be listening, being vigilant for that still small voice. So you can go down that right path. Okay. I'll tell you another story. One night when it was really dark outside and snowing really hard, so you could barely see outside. My dad, he'd been on these trails 100 times, so he just knew it from like the back of his hand. So he was following good. But Clara, she's been down a couple times, so she was kind of getting lost. But she was just being vigilant for my dad and just looking for him, to follow him, and they made it back. So just always be vigilant for God and always be following him, looking for him to go down that right path. Are you being vigilant for pitfalls?